Welcome back to another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 98. Back in this bitch with the squad. Got AJ. Got Phil. And got Clifford in the building, special guest. He'll probably just be chiming in here and there. He really didn't want to be on, but we forced him on. So
peer pressure. Pause.
Yes. yes. Pause.
We can't get fined for that.
But Phil,
find that for that in NBA.
Phil, you've had a very life-altering last couple of weeks. So between your fight,
back-to-back W's,
having to witness your Eagles take a loss in the Super Bowl, unfortunately, and then probably the biggest news, you could go ahead and say it to the pod.
And if you ain't fucking with this podcast, then you're just a bitch-ass trick.
So I proposed to my old lady.
Hey, it's lit. It's lit. She over here cheesing in the background. She don't know how to act anymore. I've never seen Danny's hands so much. Danny trying to show off the ring. I didn't even know Danny had hands prior to today.
It's a nice ring, folks. I ain't gonna hold.
So go ahead, tell the people. What do you want to talk about first? The fight? Because that happened first, or do you want to talk about
we
the
can go in
proposal?
chronological order.
Okay, so fight.
All right, so I was gonna say I was hoping for the month of February I would have went 3-3, but since the Eagles lost, I went 2-0 for the month of February. We just not gonna count
2-1.
2-0. We just not even gonna count it.
What?
So I won in the ring, won in life, even though my Eagles lost. But,
yeah, but you weren't even. If you were playing in the game, they probably would have won.
We would definitely won.
Or if you were in attendance, one of the two.
Facts.
But for the fight was tough, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it was tough because the fight week I got sick, and going through the camp, I felt like my cardio wasn't. This is prior to me getting sick. Just even in the camp, I felt like my cardio wasn't where it needed to be, or my strength, because I wasn't really in the gym that much. This camp, it was more so just hella classes and just hella technique stuff. Mm-hmm. So going into the fight, I'm like, all right, my cardio's not as great as how I felt last fight, but I'll be all right. We got to fight, get sick. Plus the stress of the blood work drama that we got situated, right?
Yep. So
I get into the fight. I'm calm, just go through all my regular fight motions. We go through warm up in the back. So I'm scheduled to be the second fight on the card, but I actually ended up being the first fight on the card, and they didn't let us know until 15 minutes before the fight.
And I was pissed, bro. I'm sure you were pissed, but I was.
But you were
furious.
first?
Yeah.
I thought you were second.
I was. Initially, I was second, but the first fight, they switched, and then they dropped out and didn't tell us.
Yeah, I think you were the one that told all of us, AJ.
Oh.
Yeah, because I had left the house. I
didn't remember telling you guys, but I thought he was moved. I thought he was third and moved to second. I could have sworn I saw someone fight before him, but I could be lying.
No, I was the first fight. And so we're in the back, right? Taking our time, getting gloved up. And the lady in the back's like, oh, I have to tape your gloves on and I have to do your shin guards. Usually they'll let the coaches do it, right?
Yeah.
So this lady is taking forever, bro. So my coach is like, yo, can I, you want me to do it? She's like, no, I need to do it. He's like, just looking at Shorty, right? Because he's like, they just told us this. We have 15 minutes to get ready and warmed up. Usually it's like a 30-minute process. It's like I'm getting my hands wrapped. My coach is taking his time. They coming back like, oh, yeah, y'all up. We like, what the fuck? So eventually my coach just takes the tape. We get taped up, and we start just getting me warmed up. I'm going through warm-ups, just getting my sweat on, getting loose. And I'm just like, all right, I feel a little bit tired, but nothing too crazy. Man, we get in the ring, get to the first round. First round, I feel fine. Going through the motions. Usually that first round for me is like a filler outer, so I'm not really trying not to exert too much effort. More so I'm picking and choosing my shots, trying to feel the fighter out. I'm not doing nothing crazy. I'm just pretty much on autopilot. So we get, after the first round, we go to the corners, and my coach is like, so how you feeling? I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm almost gassed. He's like, you ain't tired. I'm like, I am, but all right. I get what you're saying. He's telling me I'm not tired. But in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm tired of shit. Mm-hmm. So second round, we go out.
Can I pause you real quick? Mm-hmm. So I'm always curious to know if what the spectator sees is how the person that's in action feels. So first round, I agree with you. I didn't think you looked tired. I thought you looked fine first round. Mm-hmm. But you can go ahead, continue, and then I'll.
Yeah. So coming out of the first round, I was tired.
Yeah.
And I didn't, and it was, I'm not, and then the thing was, I didn't do much in the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I was active. Like, I worked my jab, worked my spacing. Honestly, just worked some kicks in there. Nothing too crazy. So I get to the corner, I'm like,
yeah.
Like, all right, I'm breathing deep already. And I'm like, shit. I'm like, fuck, man, it's going to be a long-ass fight. So my coach is like, all right, you're not tired. So I get in the second round, bro, and I'm gassed.
In second round is
second round, I am gassed. And I'm just really, honestly, in the second round, I'm on survival mode.
Yeah.
So I'm not trying to do nothing that exerts a lot of energy. So if you look at the tape, like, there's a time where I just let him push me on, like, clinch me on a cage a couple times because I'm trying to catch my breath. And so we had a referee that didn't know what he was doing, because usually when you clinch, they'll break it up.
Bro, I remember making a comment towards Tatiana when we were watching. I'm like, the ref is just chilling on the side. Like, nigga wasn't... Like, Herb Dean, if you watch UFC and you know who Herb Dean is, he looks very relaxed in the cage. Don't even really look like he reffing. But this motherfucker just looked like someone they picked up off the street. He started the fight off, like, I think hands behind his back, just, like, chilling against the gate. I'm like, is he gonna... like, if somebody gets knocked out, he's not prepared to, like, catch them as they fall or anything.
Nah,
like
he's
that.
shitty, bro.
Yeah.
But we're chilling in the clinch, right? And so I stopped fighting. So I got the dude grabbed up. I stopped making the move. He stops making the move. So usually that's when they come in and say break. Yeah. I'm like, so I'm doing that just to catch my breath. So anytime like I'll throw a shot and get close and just grab him just to catch my breath, right? So we do that, and the ref's like, keep working. I'm like, keep working. So like Mo, he's at the fight. He's like, bro, this is kickboxing. This ain't MMA. Like, what are you doing?
Screaming at it.
So we get past the second round. Manage to get through the second round. I'm in the second round. I'm in my corner, and I'm fucking dying. Coach is like, all right, like, whenever you get really tired, when you go to the corner to relax, they put the ice pack on you and everything. And then they tell you to breathe in like this. So it's a really deep, and then through the nose, out the mouth. Through the nose, out the mouth. So I'm doing that.
Slow your heart rate.
Yeah, getting water in my system. And then my coach is like, yo, you losing. Like, you need this third round. Like, you're losing. I'm like, fuck. But usually I get that speech after the first round. And that kind of turns my gear up. Because, like, when I feel like I'm losing, I just turn it up. So I get in the third round, and I'm like, all right, well, it's the last round. I'm about to just empty the fucking tank. Luckily, the guy was just as tired as I was. So I worked my teeth. Pretty much just worked my distance, and kind of, I took one big shot in the third round that probably could have dropped me if he would have followed up.
Yeah.
He caught me clean, and I ate it, thankfully.
It was a hook, right?
It was overhand. Yeah. Overhand hook. Caught me clean. And he was throwing that all fight. And the one time I came up to, like, I don't know what I was going to do, but I came up, bitch caught me. Bow. I said, fuck. Like, during the fight, I'm like, shit. And I stumbled a little bit. If he would have followed up from the other side, he would have caught my ass. But I ate that. We get through the fight, and as they're like tallying up the scorecard, I look back at my coach like, "What you think?" He's like, "I don't know."
Yeah.
He's like, whenever it's a decision, it can go either way. Thankfully, I get the split in my favor. If they would have split decision to the other fighter, I could have understood it. I would have been like, I understand why. Yeah, so it's not my best performance, but like one of my coaches said, he was just like, well, shit, you got the dub and you was tired. Like, that's in a performance of itself. Like, you could have gave up then, but you fought through it. And I'm like, yeah. But like, my lungs was burning after the fight, like on fire.
Yeah, bro, you looked exhausted. If I remember correctly, I want to say Luke said you were up after the second round. And because I watched it a little bit later than everybody else, and that's why I was pissed that they switched your fights around, because I was out and about trying to handle shit. So I had to watch your fight after it was already done. And watching the second, I was like, there's no way Phil was up 2-0, because that second round, you looked exhausted, and I thought he had won that one. And then just at the end of the fight, I had no idea which way this was going to go.
Third one could have been a toss-up.
Yeah.
Being at the fight, I thought he won the first, lost the second, and then the third was I thought he won too, but it was like a slight win.
Yeah.
But you just did more in the third than the other guy did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like how you grade it, right? So Mo was saying, like, some of the other fighters, they were saying, well, you were more active, so like just how it looked from a fan perspective, right? I was in and out more. I threw more combos together. The guy was just pretty much what he was doing, just shelling up, just throwing big shots.
Yeah.
I actually was like picking and choosing my shots, countered them a couple times, slipped counters, My team was there all night, so I mean, I was happy I got the win, but definitely wasn't my best performance.
Yeah.
And so coming out of that fight, I was happy I also didn't get scratched up because the next week I'm, finalizing the touches for the proposal. So the week of the proposal, everything's on schedule for the most part. Yeah. I would say, first of all, shout out to Milkman, which is Cliff. He's on the pod.
Yes,
shout out to the gang, AJ, Brandon, Marcus, Grizz, and then shout out Cynthia, that's Luke's girl, and Luke himself. Like, they put that shit together, like, perfectly. Like, gave Sin the vision. Sin made some shit shake. Like, so I gotta make sure I, get her something nice, because I really do appreciate how far she went above and beyond with her design. She killed that shit. And then from a production standpoint and photography, like, the gang came through. Like, Brandon killed the photos. AJ made sure everything was flawlessly set up. Yeah. Cliff finished the video today. The video looks great. So no complaints, man. It's like, you see shit like that, and like, I know I got some dope ass, creative ass friends, but like, when the shit's for you and it's for a big moment like that, it hit different. And I had to like sit back after everything and process, like, damn, like, I really got some fucking, like, some fire ass friends that do some dope shit, like, for me. So having a tribe that's creative and that was willing to do it for me just out of the strength, I really appreciate that.
So, I mean, obviously the boys have known for a minute that the proposal was going to happen. Like, you have been talking about the ring. But as far as, like, when did it all feel real for you? Like, did it feel real prior to the proposal, or was it like once you actually proposed, it's like, damn, I'm really doing this shit?
It felt... Go ahead.
Was it when I had your interview for the video?
No, part of it.
Which we did. We just saw that video, by the way.
It felt real when I got the ring. So, like, I got the ring, I want to say 2 weeks before the proposal date. And mind you, I put the jeweler in a tough bind. So shout out to the jeweler too, and the Grace family, of course, for hooking that up. But like, I gave her, I thought she had the ring done the first time I went down to pay her. She's like, no, I don't got the ring. I got to order. I'm like, shit, I need it by this day. She's like, gave me that face like, nigga. I'm like, yo, shorty, like, you make some shit shake. So she's like, I think I can get it to you in time. If I can't, I'm like, if you can't get it in time, I'll take a makeshift one and we can swap that bitch out later. Like, it ain't even that big of a deal. Like, but I gotta have something because, like, I got our homegirls coming into town. Yeah. Like, I've been working with them for like a month and a half, 2 months trying to get them to come down. So I'm like, yo, they already confirmed they coming, they pulling up, and I like, this shit's on this date and it ain't changing. So I need something on this date. But she came through for me, went to pick that up, and like, the ring was beautiful, bro. Like, it looked good on her hands. It looked good in person. I'm like, okay, this shit kind of icy. As a person that don't buy diamonds or jewelry, I'm like, yo, this shit blinging. Yeah. Cool. So once I got the ring, I was like, all right, it's starting to feel real. And I had a nice ass hiding spot. So
where'd you hide it?
I can't tell you, because if I ever need to hide some shit, I want Danny to check there, so we could talk about it offline. All right, but
well, question. And I mean, Danny doesn't have a mic right now. You could just kind of say it out loud. But did you suspect this at all? Or when did you suspect it, I guess?
I suspected when my sister asked me to get my nails done.
Okay. Danny said she suspected when her sister asked her to get her nails done, if the mic didn't pick that up.
Which, low-key, so I was kind of pissed she knew.
Yeah. Because
the whole thing, she was like, my whole thing was, she told me, like, oh, if you ever propose to me, I would know. And I'm like, you won't know. I'm like, yo, I'm that nigga, so all right, whatever.
So you and your sister, I'm assuming, don't get your nails done that often?
No.
Okay. All right.
And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, so I can't even remember now if Tatiana, I don't think she got her nails done, but I think my sister wanted to ask her, and I was like, no, she definitely gonna suspect something.
I wanted to not do it, but her best friend, her sister, everybody's like, you gotta make sure she has a nail. Like, my aunt, who wants to plan a wedding, she called me like the day before the proposal. Was like it was like the day before the proposal. She was like, is Danny getting her nails done? I'm like, yeah, I already. Yeah, she going with her sister, blah, blah, blah. She's like, all right, just making sure.
Yeah.
Like, she needs to have her nails done. I'm like, fuck. So I felt like that was a giveaway, but I'm like, I should make some shit shake. Right, but cool. when I met Cliff the day of to do like, so we did like a pre-interview before the actual proposal. of like what I was gonna say, and so I pretty much did like my proposal speech in the video, and then I was like, all right, starting to click. But at no time was I ever like, it was weird because like I fight, so I don't. My biggest thing is staying calm.
Yeah.
So like at no point was I like nervous.
Nah, I get that.
You know what I mean? It's like I've been chilling. Like I'm going through my whole day. I'm like everything feel the same. Like this my shorty. I know I'm gonna be with her. So for me, nothing changes.
Yeah, and that was exactly the same for me. It was absolutely zero nerves for me.
It was another day.
For me, it was like, more
stressed
so
out or nothing.
Because I had you hold my ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was just more so like, how are we gonna pass the ring off without Tatiana seeing? That was like the only thing that I was kind of like,
and that handoff was flawless.
Yeah, it was.
Like
So I appreciate that.
Running back, what? Quarterback to running back, what? I actually had my ring in my back pocket. So what I did was,
it was in the box still or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So what I did was me and Cliff, we do the photo shoot in the morning. I kept the ring in the side pocket of my car door, and I keep closing my car, so I had a sock cover it up. So I just stayed there all day. We get to the park. Once we get out the park, I also left the bug spray on the side of the car door. So I'm like, yo, the bugs is out. Sprayed the bug spray, gave them bug spray. As I put the bug spray in the car door, I took the ring, put it in my pocket on my left side. So she's on my right side. Yeah. So then once we started walking, I put it in my back pocket. So she can't and I stayed behind her the whole time. And so once we got close, where y'all could see us in camera view, I pulled it out of my back pocket and just had it ready.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Cute up, sir. I'm so happy for y'all.
Yeah, I kind of choked up initially. Like that was like,
damn, you a little bitch. I'm playing with you.
A little bitch for real. But now I didn't think I was gonna cry, but I did choke up. I felt like if I'm like, shit, let me slow down. I had to take my breath. Like, you know, how you start talking, you just like,
yeah.
All right, we here. You know what I'm saying? Hype myself, cool myself off, and then went through the shit, and everything was great.
And I only saw like clips or whatever, but did you cry, Danny?
I did not cry.
Danny did not cry.
Someone cried though.
Who?
Someone definitely cried.
Yeah, someone was balling in this motherfucker.
Someone.
So I've asked Phil
Phil
a couple of times, but now that you're the fiance and both of y'all are involved in the wedding process, the wedding will be in Chicago.
TBD. Most likely.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Feeling like it, because both our families is there. So.
Yeah, for sure. Anything else you want to share with the proposal?
Oh, I just appreciate everybody that was able to come out to Gulfstream and celebrate with us. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just the love was in the air, bro. The support was there, and so it makes Florida feel like home. To know that, like, although I don't have family here, like I got family here. Like I got a real deal tribe here, and it's my homies from FAU. Whether it's my fight boys now, it's like my niggas that's been just friends throughout the whole shit. Danny's people is like, you know what I'm saying, when I ask my people to show up, they show up. So that's always a good feeling.
Oh, that's cool, because I didn't get asked to show up, but that's a conversation for another day.
But you did get...
must have had a game.
But we will move on.
Wait,
so it's
I
okay.
definitely invited y'all to Gulfstream.
No, I didn't get any invite.
Wait, tell me, hold on. Seriously?
But we can
hold on. No, hold on.
Phil, you were low key bad at communicating.
No. Listen, honestly,
really, I didn't invite you. Now I feel awful.
No, Phil, I'm honestly bullshitting you. One, I had Sports Fest, so I wouldn't have been able to come, and I knew you had so much shit going on. Like, again, I've been there, and I know how you are as a person. One, I know our relationship, so you would have asked me. You clearly didn't ask me because you had so much shit planning and all this other shit. It's all good. It's all good.
Wait, hold on. I really.
Luke asked me. He didn't know that I didn't get an invite, but Luke asked me. He was like, "Oh, are you sliding?" I sent it in.
No, so let me tell you.
You didn't.
Let me tell you my train of thought.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know where it was gonna be, and I asked you on the day of.
Phil, it's honestly okay. You don't need to justify. I'm just giving you a hard time. I know.
I mean, I know, but now that I know, I didn't know that I didn't know.
It's okay. It's
like,
honestly
this is
okay.
all new news to me.
It's
why
all
y'all
okay.
Say nothing, G?
Bro, I wouldn't have been able to come. I had sports.
It don't matter, but why you didn't bring it up? Like, oh, you didn't even invite me, fam.
Because I knew that you were just like overwhelmed with everything else. It's honestly okay. I just wanted to joke around
because I thought I put that shit in the chat.
I did not take that shit.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold. I was in
you didn't tell.
Bro, I was in like 5 different chats trying to communicate shit,
and that's what I figured. Like, you had so much coordination that you had to do. between like her family, friends,
That all
that
that
stuff.
a hug or something, a dick pic or something.
Huh?
Huh?
Nah, it's
My
all
fault,
good.
folks.
It's honestly all good. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I didn't invite you.
Bro.
I'm actually taking. I'm appalled.
Phil, it's.
Why you didn't tell me, AJ?
Bro, I didn't know.
Really?
And I didn't know till the day of. Like people, like Patricia called me asking, "Oh, where is it at?" I'm like, "Bro, I have no clue."
Yeah.
I invited
heard
I did invite everybody late.
Gulfstream something. Oh, you told me I was the point person the day before.
That's when I found out.
Bro, I was getting secondhand anxiety because Luke kept texting in the chat.
He asked me if I was a point person. I was like, bro, I don't even know what that means. But sure. What does that entail?
Nah, Phil, it's honestly all good. I'm just giving you.
Oh, y'all not do everything last minute, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, nah, you Gucci.
Nah, this is the most planning you've ever done too. So it's like,
and you see, it didn't go as
if I had the ability to come even without an invite, I would have just came through. Yeah, so I just wasn't able to.
I didn't even know you did. But did you know
he wasn't even home? He wasn't even home till after like we all went home too.
Exactly. But no, Luke texted me that morning or like that afternoon. I was like, bro, I got Sports Fest. I can't come through.
Maybe that's why. I don't know. I felt like, but you knew though, right?
That day, like hours before.
But you knew. Like that's my point. My point is like I forgot. So my apologies for not directly coordinate you, but I did at some point think that everybody knew within the group.
Phillip, you are good.
I feel bad.
All right, we can go into the random topics. So, the sick fucks are getting out of here. So, R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein.
Damn,
both.
I'm sorry, Tati. I don't want her to take that personally. She didn't take it personally, did she? I just thought about it.
Nah, I don't even think she knew that this was happening. But she wouldn't, bro. You know Tatiana. She on Homebody. She wouldn't.
I know.
She wouldn't have been mad. But no, they were both sentenced. So if you've been living under a rock and don't know, R. Kelly was trafficking and underage, all this shit, and then
he was trafficking too. I didn't know that.
Was it? No, was it trafficking?
I think trafficking was involved in this.
Just sexual assault. I don't think it was, it was trafficking too.
They got him for human trafficking.
Oh, because he moved the girls across state lines, right? Because they moved with him from Georgia to Chicago, or some shit like that.
He was using pimp tactics. So if you're using pimp tactics, you're going to get human trafficking.
Yeah. So
I got a cousin that just got locked up for sex trafficking.
Wait, what?
Yeah, bro. We was like, nigga.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, yo, what the fuck?
And oh well, never mind. I was gonna say we talked about this on a pod,
Nah, so
but that's when I started getting uncomfortable and changed this topic.
Oh, my fault. But the nigga was a truck driver. He was messing with an underage girl, so he was driving her across state lines. So that's technically sex trafficking.
Got you.
I was like, yo. I'm like, that nigga's wild.
Yeah, he definitely is. So R. Kelly, he got his 20 years, and then Harvey.
Well, he got 20 additional years.
Oh, 20 additional.
Because he already got sentenced for like 30. Was it 19? I thought it was 30.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
It was like 30 years in, I think it was in Chicago.
Got you.
And then he got another 20 from Georgia or vice versa. But he got 20 added on to a sentence from another state.
Got you. And that was going to be my follow-up question because he got 20, Harvey Weinstein got 16. I mean, I definitely think.
Was it just, I thought it was 19 additional. Harvey Weinstein got added on more too. I think these are additional charges for both cases.
Well, okay.
Because I think they already got tried for multiple crimes, and then it was they got tried in other states.
That's good then, because I was gonna say and ask y'all, like, do you think these are too light of sentences? But if these are additional,
it's additional. Harvey Weinstein's gonna die in jail.
Yeah,
Kels probably will too. But for sure, Harvey Weinstein.
And Harvey Weinstein, his was, I mean, obviously like sexual misconduct, but he was just like making actresses do inappropriate stuff and whatnot,
like coercing
sex,
using power,
sex
manipulation.
Favors.
Yeah, got you. I mean, I don't want to compare them, but I definitely think what R. Kelly was doing was definitely a lot worse.
I don't know.
They're both bad. They're both terrible.
I don't know.
I think with this one, you kind of just say they're both bad.
No,
yeah,
they 100% are.
As bad.
Yeah, okay. I'll leave it. I'm fine with that.
He controlled power.
Yeah. Oh shit! Before we continue with the random topics, I forgot to say happy birthday, Lindsay. one of our top podcast listeners.
Hey, shout out Young DP. Hope you get DP while you're on the board.
I think she's just there alone, so I'm hoping she's not getting DP.
Oh, that's tough.
I think it's just her and her daughter. But no, happy birthday. And then I also wanted to visit a topic that she had suggested to us way back. And it was about what gives you the ick. And after further consideration, these are two completely random things.
I need Cliff's answer too.
I need to know what the ick is again. Like, should that piss you off? Like, annoys you?
Like pisses you off, kind of turns you, more so like turns you off, and you like just never see that person the same way again.
Got you. Go ahead.
Do you have one, Cliff?
Nothing turns Cliff
Bitches
off.
that don't eat.
Nothing.
Cliff gonna be like, people that don't eat meatloaf.
People who get gravy on the side when they get meatloaf.
Girls who watch dubbed anime instead of or subbed anime.
Yes, I do watch anime.
Do you have one, Cliff? I'm gonna take that as a no.
Nah. I mean,
Cliff
if
just
anything,
loves everyone.
I would say I don't know if they smell like poo. Then I'm getting out of there.
Yeah.
What?
This nigga always gotta take it too far.
If they smell like poo, I'm getting out of there. Wait, why would you be there? What the fuck?
Yeah, he's just getting out of there, bro.
But nah,
It's just, I guess body odor is for
one that I had that I randomly thought of.
Yeah.
Like if a girl, just people in general that refuse to eat sushi or don't like sushi. Like I am a sushi lover. Like I fucking can eat sushi all day, every day. So when someone's like, I don't like sushi or I won't eat it because it's raw fish, like what? That shit just don't make sense to me.
You like sashimi?
Yeah, I like sushi, sashimi, all that shit.
Ahi?
Yeah, ahi tuna. Fucking love ahi tuna.
Phil's just saying words like buzzwords.
No, like
He is.
You know what I meant. It was like raw tuna with
Yeah.
the lemon.
Nah, I love ahi tuna. And then the other one is just
but
like
you can have other fish ahi, right? It doesn't just have to be tuna.
oh, I just know tuna. Ahi
I'm
tuna.
pretty sure you can have other fish ahi.
Well,
right?
he said he likes raw fish in general. So you're
True.
asking him like, oh, do you like that too? But yes,
I guess it's different. Okay, my fault.
I'm pretty sure he likes eel and
Octopus.
crab.
I'm trying to look it up.
Octopus is lit. I don't think I've ever had raw octopus though.
Nah, ahi tuna is the only thing I'm seeing.
Mm.
But maybe you can. I don't know. And then y'all already kind of know my stance on religion, but I feel like as soon as I hear a girl talk about religion, like I instantly check out. Like, but it has to be like to a certain extent. Like if she just like, oh my God, I'll pray for you or something, like that's fine. But when it's like constantly religious talk, like I instantly check out. But that might just be me.
That's because your ass a heathen.
I guess so, but
Your ass a heathen, boy.
there's a show, and I should probably save this for streaming, but there's a show on Discovery Plus called MILF Manor, and it's essentially Love Island.
Wait, why did that pique your interest so much, Cliff?
I'm already tuned in.
Cliff was locked in on editing photos.
Bro, the
He said
show
MILF Manor and
is sick.
What?
So it's essentially like Love Island, where it's all these people in a house. People could get voted off, or not voted off, but like kicked out of the house or whatever. But it's mothers and sons go into the house, but none of them knew that this was the premise of the show, and they're dating like other sons and mothers of the show.
Sign me up.
Yeah. So
what? So you're gonna go somewhere with your mom?
But the thing is, they didn't
I'm
know.
not gonna
None
date
of
my
them knew
mom.
the premise of the show when they signed up.
Yeah, but Phil said sign me up, knowing the premise of the show.
Yeah, that is true.
I
That
mean, my
is
mom
true.
could go date. I don't give a shit if she date.
Here you go, mom.
Yeah, but
She's single.
these young dudes are knocking the other moms down. So
Man, they ain't got shit nothing to do with
What?
me, folks.
So it's like,
Mama
alright.
gotta have a life too. Fuck.
Imagine like he tries you or something.
I'm
and
gonna
then
beat
be
his
like,
ass. What you
and then
mean?
he's like, I'm knocking down your mom's though.
It don't
can't
matter. I'm
win.
gonna beat your ass.
That's fine. And your mom's like, don't do it.
yeah.
That's my baby too.
But the thing is, the baddest one on the,
the thing
show.
is, I could be fucking his mom.
Yeah, that's also true. But the baddest one on the show, I'm like, damn, she looks.
But if you're
good.
not, yeah.
She's like 46 or something like that. I'm like, damn, she looked good. And then she started talking all this religious stuff. I'm like, all right.
Have you ever seen the movie Adore?
Nah, I have
It's
not.
the same premise. It's
Of course you've seen a movie about
it's yeah, it's a great movie. It's actually a
Is
really good
it?
movie. It is. It's two best friends, they start fucking each other's sons, and then they find out, and then they okay with it, and then like the movie goes on, and it gets like dramatic and shit.
So that was me.
Yeah, man, but it was good. I have an ick, but I'll save that for get it off my chest.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so moving on with the random topics. Next, we have Penn Badgley, the actor from You.
Oh, him saying...
Yes, he is being a hypocrite because he got on Netflix for promoting serial killers. Meanwhile, this nigga is playing a serial killer 4 seasons of You. I mean, I don't know if he's
This must be the last season.
Is it?
If he's talking about what he's saying.
Oh, yeah. That is very true. And then you have people, like when I saw the post, I saw a bunch of people kind of like defending, no, he's talking about like actual serial killers who have killed people and the families are still living the trauma, But the thing is, like, whether it's a real serial killer or a fictitious one, either way, serial killers are still being promoted.
Yeah, or glorified.
Yeah, glorified, exactly. So, Penn Badgley, you just got to shut the fuck up, my boy.
Yeah, Netflix, you can't be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
And actively have a show that just newly released an episode talking about, oh, Netflix definitely promotes serial killers.
Yeah.
As I'm playing a serial killer. Wait a minute. What? I mean,
exactly.
I understand why you feel that way, especially if you play a serial killer, but it just comes off as like read the room.
Exactly.
I don't even know if you could say it's Netflix that does it, because I mean Netflix puts out a bunch of content.
Yeah, it's everyone.
So it's like, it's not even like we can look at the percentages of the content and maybe it skews more that way, but it's just like that's what people like in general, you know? Like
it is, but I guess Netflix, when you talk about like serial killer shows, Netflix definitely does the best job at creating the shows and getting the most buzz and the most views. So like some of their biggest shows or series involve like serial killers, whether it was the Bundy tapes.
No, but just I'm talking about yes, you have to. The focus is on Netflix when the focus should be, hey, the majority of people, like the population, enjoys this type of content.
True. Okay. Yeah. I get it.
Because if you look at shows like the
Netflix isn't the only culprit.
Yeah, but even before Netflix, if you look at what are the most popular shows on like network television, it's all crime shows and like Law and Orders and CSIs and Criminal Minds and that kind of stuff. If you want to like Dexter, like that's about a serial killer. Like this, it's just that's what people enjoy watching.
Yeah.
And if we keeping it real, like yes, people, the mass.
What about The Sopranos? Sopranos is also serial killing. Like if you look at mob stuff, that's just the content people enjoy watching.
That is true.
If you look at some of the most popular podcasts, what are they about? They're about serial killers.
And honestly, I don't want to generalize, but we've talked about it before. Women love this stuff. Penn Badgley's main audience is women. Yep. Women love You. Women love serial killers. So I don't know what point I was trying to make with that, but just wanted to point. You just wanted to shit on women. No, I love women, but just wanted to point that out. All right,
women shitterer.
Moving on. So Bruce Willis has been diagnosed with dementia. I saw this get posted again. Wasn't he diagnosed a while ago, or what? Did he have something else that he was diagnosed with?
I'm not sure.
Because I remember he had kind of like put out a press release, or someone put something out, and it was like, all right, he was going to take a break from acting. And then just recently again that I saw, he got diagnosed with dementia. So that's really unfortunate. That's a big time actor right there.
Yeah, and he's pretty young too.
Is he? He's like 50-something, 60-something?
Yeah, I mean, that's for having dementia, though.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty young, no?
Yeah, he had it on. Yeah, it's early.
Early onset?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, though, him being as big of an actor as he is, I think I've only seen like one Bruce Willis movie.
Nah, you've got to see more.
No, that's a lot.
You probably don't realize you've seen more.
Pulp Fiction I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might not be a Bruce Willis movie, but it's like a movie he's in.
Hard? You at least
I have never seen any of the Die Hards.
I got like 5 of them.
I know. I've never seen any of them.
Wasn't he like the best?
Wasn't he in like
ever?
Bison? No, what was the movie where there was like a plane or some shit? It wasn't Bicentennial.
Snakes on a Plane?
No.
Bicentennial Man is definitely Robin Williams.
Yeah, that's Robin. The Kid. That's what I saw. The Kid. I seen that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know too many of his movies, but I know I've seen a couple of them.
Damn. Just out of respect for Bruce Willis, I'm gonna go binge all his movies.
Get the man paid. Ish.
Sixth Sense, I've seen bits and pieces. There was a Sixth Sense book. I read that as a kid, but I never watched the movie. Phil,
what's up?
You love masculinity talk.
Yeah.
There was a video that you shared with us with the group about there being an emergency of masculinity or something like that. Mm-hmm. Can you kind of share your thoughts on the video that you shared with us?
Yeah. So it was a Vice debate where it talks about, I guess they asked a panel of guys, like, what is masculinity? Yeah. And so you get, like, these...
and they try to what do you call it? Represent almost like every type of man in the room.
Yeah, so there's like
12 people there.
Well, yeah. Nice little diverse panel. And what was your question?
Just your thoughts on masculinity, the video, whatever you, because I feel like you definitely found it to be interesting. So I just want to kind of know what you think and have the people hear how you feel about these types of conversations.
Yeah, so I thought the video was super interesting, and I appreciated all the different aspects and like of how how these different men define masculinity. So for me, like, masculinity it's still changing. So I don't think the definition is truly defined yet, because I think with the adoption of like toxic masculinity,
yeah,
like what a part of masculinity is toxic. Is masculinity toxic, or is it the behaviors that men do? You know what I mean? If that makes sense. So it's like, because there's toxicity in both femininity and masculinity. So is it really that masculinity is toxic, or is it just that these masculine men are showing toxic behaviors? If that makes sense.
Well, because I haven't watched the video, but at least for my interpretation of it is that that I wouldn't say like all of masculinity is toxic. Yeah. It's just that like there's certain things. So it's just like saying like alcohol could be, well, it's usually bad for you, but it could be used in positive ways to just bring you down in moderation. Mm-hmm. Masculinity can be the same way. Yeah. Well, there's certain things or characteristics that is what makes us men. While others that's also going to lead to you having all types of issues, whether it be with your personal relationships or even with our health. Yeah. That we dig into. But to throw it all completely away, it would totally, at least for me, it would take us away from, let's say, how we will identify ourselves within our society.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so for me, I only watched maybe about like 10 minutes of the video because I didn't have time. But I know we've talked about this on the podcast before. Like, is there one way of being masculine? No, absolutely not. Like you said, it's constantly changing. Everything is on a spectrum. And especially now, like in this day and age, there's a lot more fluidity and whatnot. I don't have a definition of what exactly masculinity should be.
But do you have a personal definition?
A personal definition? I don't even know if I do. No, I don't think that I do.
All right, because so for me, what masculinity means to me, so when I think like, oh, I want to be this masculine man, right? It's not.
Oh, let me pause you real quick. Yeah. Of course, I have, what do people think that masculinity is? I have that definition.
No, I'm talking about your personal definition.
Me personally, no, I do not have a definition.
Yeah, so my definition of masculinity is the ability to lead, be able to lead, not always have to be the leader, but the ability to lead, the ability to make the people around you feel comfortable enough to share with you so that you can help them if they need help. And then also like having responsibility, being a protector, trying to be a provider. You don't have to provide everything, but doing your part. Yeah. And so if that is, you have to be the head of the ship, be the head of the ship. If you have to be the passenger, be the passenger, but do it in such a good role that you make the team go. Yeah. And when I say team, I mean that as in friendships and relationships. So like how I look at my relationship, me and Danny we a team. Yeah. So for me, masculine is making sure that she's comfortable being herself, and making sure I give her what she needs to be herself, while also making sure she's protected, and then doing my part to make sure that, like, if she has any issues, she feels comfortable enough to come to me. And then if I gotta smoke a nigga, so be it. I'm about to smoke this nigga.
And so that's why it's tough for me to come up with a definition, because and I'm not saying you're wrong. Mm-hmm. That's, of course, your definition. But everything that you said, for the most part, you can also say that that's femininity. Like, all those could be feminine traits as well. So that's why it's tough for me to be like, no, this is what masculinity is. This is what femininity is. So I don't know. Like, everything is fluid for me, at least. And I know the world is moving more, especially our country is moving more so in this direction.
See, I don't think it is that fluid, though. Because, like AJ was saying,
but you also feel like there's gender roles.
Yeah.
So I don't expect you to.
But that's why I don't feel like it's fluid, because, like, I also believe in nature and biology.
Yeah.
So there's just certain things, a lot of, like, men as a society are innately we do. Yeah. So if you don't put a TV in front of us, if you don't, like, if we never watch media and you just put us out in the wild, innately we're gonna do certain things. We're gonna go out and kill.
Yeah.
We're gonna go, you know what I mean? Like, we're gonna build.
Yeah.
So that for me is like, yeah. So I just think that biologically, because we just have higher levels of testosterone, there's just things we're gonna naturally do.
Okay, yeah,
that's gonna make us masculine.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why I believe in roles, because I believe in biology, and I feel like you have to that should get taken into account.
Yeah, yeah. As far as damn, I didn't know this nigga was still in the league.
No, he just got
re-signed.
We're talking about Myers Leonard.
Yeah, Miles.
It's
Leonard.
why women
Jew hater.
Yeah.
Nah, they let Kyrie play, so like we gotta let him back in.
This nigga was on a whole other level, bro.
Yeah.
He dropping the K word and shit.
Yeah, he did.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's why, you know, majority of women globally are more sympathetic or empathetic. If you think about it, like, it's because they have more estrogen. Mm-hmm. Men naturally fight more, are more aggressive, because we have higher levels of testosterone, and that's what testosterone does.
Yeah.
So you have to take that into account, like AJ had mentioned.
Yeah, and
I didn't bring up those points because
well, you brought up the point that they don't speak about biology enough
in these conversations
when they talk about these conversations.
Yeah,
and so, I agree with that.
For me, I'm more so like thinking outside of the biology stuff. Of course, that's still a major part of what the question was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But if I'm just talking as far as like characteristics, like, I can't define that at all. Like, yes, we have different biological things that make us act differently, function differently, and whatnot. But just characteristics, I can't define that at all.
Yeah.
Me personally.
But what you were saying was, like, when you responded to Phil's thing, is like all those things could be, like, how he defined being a man definitely could be, what do you call it?
Fluid.
Could not even be fluid, but that could be characteristics of someone's like, oh, I think as a woman, like, you should be able to lead, protect, or whatever. Because, like, I think about my mom, and that's how she is. She's super protective. She's a good leader in that way, and whatever. And Phil's was a personal definition, so obviously it's going to be what he feels.
Yeah.
But just, you can put a certain context on something and it can have a different type of meaning, you know?
Yeah, because protect, how a man looks at it and how a woman looks at it could be totally different. Yeah. So I get it.
Yeah. But and then with the what I said, it was in the group chat about the biology being left out, is that's the basis, that's ground zero, that's the basis of everything. Mm-hmm. And the conversations we're having now, or not we, but just like we're having in society now, are more like a nuanced version, and it's a lot newer than the, like, millions of years of, or not millions, however long humans have been on the planet, of evolution and like civilization. So modern civilization is very, very new in terms of our history, and the effects of modern civilization on how men and women interact and is very new also. And when you get down to the nuts and bolts of it, or like the basis of it, a lot of a lot of, not necessarily toxic masculinity, but just masculinity in general and femininity in general can be tied back to the basis of being, which is like finding a mate and reproducing.
Yeah.
And like if you go from that point and you build everything else from it, then you can understand like, oh, okay, like it's a really like nuanced and hard topic to kind of just like summarize without having like all the facts or having a specific scenario. But when you look at our human-based values, when you split them by gender, a lot of it has to do with like our basic needs and how they may manifest in men and women differently. Is kind of like it's kind of drawn from that. Is basically what I'm trying to say. Even though I'm stumbling over it.
I got you. But Phil, do you feel like there is a? How did they start the video? I'm trying to remember exactly what they said.
They introduced everyone.
Not like but they were like, there's a war or there's an extinction of masculinity or some shit like that. Do you remember what he asked in the beginning?
Mm-mm.
All right, well then never mind. Disregard.
You know my memory trash. Well, selective.
Yeah. All right, well we can move on. Your question of the week. Do you remember with your trash memory what your question was?
Yeah, if you was put on the ox, what would your, if you had so if we together and you get the ox, what song are you playing?
Oh, if we're together, okay.
Or if you're on the playlist, if you're on the ox or you on the playlist, what song are you playing?
It depends what group of people I'm with. If it was us,
you just got one go-to song that you feel like every group could possibly relate to.
That's tough, bro.
It's got to be one song.
That's so tough. I really don't. I mean, it's probably gonna be something R&B-ish. I don't know. Like last year, y'all know that I said Blast had one of my favorite albums, and I feel like his music could kind of be played in any situation, any scenario.
Yep. I'm going with Dirty Diana.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking.
Some kind of Michael Jackson. Yeah.
It's Dirty Diana or
something
Bob
older.
One Love.
So yeah, Bob Marley is what the first thing that came to mind, but I don't know if I could play that in any scenario. In majority of scenarios, I could. Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson is my favorite song, so maybe I could go with that. Maybe some by Prince. Maybe some by.
I think you could go with what's that Temptation song?
My Girl.
Yeah,
yes.
My Girl. Okay.
My Girl.
Did they sing? Because I was gonna. It was just my imagine. Is that the Temptation?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's what I was thinking of as well. No, that's a good ass question.
If it had to be a hip hop song, assuming everybody likes hip hop.
To be, I mean,
assuming everybody in your group, regardless of the group you play a song for, you're assuming that they fuck with hip hop.
Yeah.
You don't know which artist, but they fuck with some sort of hip hop.
So I'm probably gonna go with some Wayne because that's just my personal favorite. Like Wayne and Kanye always flip back and forth. So probably one of them. Maybe a old Kendrick.
Old Kendrick?
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go Ye.
Do you have a specific song by Ye?
A specific song? Wait till I get my money right.
Oh yeah, Can't Tell Me Nothing.
Yeah, I feel like everybody likes that song.
But that beat drop gives me goosebumps still.
Oh, I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven.
Well, now I spent that on a necklace.
Yeah.
Bruh, if there was one thing I wish that I had the ability to do or the talent to do was just be like a beat maker, because I talk about it all the time. Like I love just hearing old school samples in general. I do think we're getting to a point in time where samples are getting a little overdone and watered down.
Yeah, because I mean, people when they sample, they'll just take a loop. They'll just take a loop and they'll use it instead of like old sampling used to be like, all right, I'm taking parts of it and I'm gonna make it into something new.
Yeah.
But you can kind of barely hear it, or you might not even be able to hear it. It's just like book. I mean, obviously that's what Kanye did. I mean, sometimes you can hear it, but sometimes he'll chop it and like we'll take just like a 3-second like beat or loop and then make it into something entirely different. Yeah.
So, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Cliff,
but I mean, Cliff made some beats.
Cliff
too.
used to make, or I don't know if he still do, but I know
he still does productions on his videos.
Do you have you ever sampled anything?
Yes, I have.
And do you enjoy making stuff from scratch, or do you enjoy like finding a dope sample and kind of implementing it into your music?
It's a mix for me. So like, they're like two different crafts and two different feelings.
Okay.
Because at least for me, for sample making, it's like, how can you take something that's already in existence and then add a new use to it? Yeah. So it's almost like, can you take this knife and can you put these screws into the wall? Yeah. And that's how I look at sample making. It's like using something where it wasn't intentionally made to do, and then make it do something different. Got you. So if you can take, let's say, a country tune and turn it into something that's electronic and techno, that's a great job. And then can it be enjoyable for the directed audience that you're looking to send it to? Yeah. Yeah. While creating is just that, just creating like whatever you feel, get it up out you put it out. And then you have it like immortalized in MIDI.
Got you. And you just brought up techno. This is a hot take, especially when I'm sitting around all black people right now. Bro, fucking house music and techno. I know a lot of people shit on it, especially Luke. Bro, that shit's
Luke
fire.
House music?
Luke definitely shits on house music.
Nah, Luke like house music.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He like Drake's album.
He likes that one song that I like. It goes, fuck. It's super popular, bro. It's like a house song.
All right, Phil's already been wrong twice tonight. Early before we started the pod, this nigga tried to tell me City Furniture, which is a Florida company. It was in Chicago. And then what else was he wrong about? I don't know, but I'm gonna call Luke right now and get this nigga on the pod.
No, he definitely doesn't like house. There might be one song he likes,
maybe
but he doesn't like
lying,
house.
Folks. Get him on a pod, G.
He likes he's on a plane right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he lands at 9 something. He likes.
Yo, we're on the pod right now. I have a question because this nigga Phil thinks he knows you better than I know you. What is your opinion about like house music, like techno, EDM, all that stuff?
It's trash.
Wait. Keep him on.
Okay. That's what I told the pod. I said you hate that shit.
What's that house music you like, bro, that we was playing? What's that house music?
What did Phil say?
Phil says you like it, but he's asking you a question right now. Pass that to Phil.
Give me that.
He says you like house music.
Bro, I said you like house music. What's that one house song you like? It's not like new house music.
He likes freestyle music.
This is like the house music from like the early 90s.
Oh, freestyle music.
That's what I just said. He likes freestyle music. That's not house though.
No.
New York freestyle music.
No, this is house. That's house music, bro. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Like, what do y'all define as house music?
Well, there's like, house in like the.
You got electronic music, which is like the blanket term, and then you have different genres.
No, nigga, what's that? It wasn't a New York freestyle song. It was like this was like a classic, like 90s song. Your mom liked it.
I wonder if I take. Yes, that's freestyle music.
How it go?
I wonder if I take you home. That one. We used to be in love.
Say it again. You was on track. Hold on, AJ just had it.
Bro, I'm not doing it again.
Do it again.
I wonder if I take you home, would you still be in love?
That's freestyle music.
Is it?
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, that's freestyle.
Okay.
It's not like freestyle, like rapping freestyle, but it's called freestyle music.
But
What's the name of the song?
I gotta figure it out. I can't think of it.
Phil say he gonna figure it out, but that's all I needed, bro. Because I was just on the pod saying I was saying it's a hot take. Because I know most people hate it, especially you. But I said like house music, EDM, techno, all that shit.
So different, though.
Like I fuck with that shit. Yeah, I fuck with it.
Like EDM, house, and techno, they so different.
Well, electronic music is the blanket.
Oh, why
Thank
you on
you.
the plane?
It's just like rap music or hip hop.
Yes, I'm
Yeah.
in the air right now.
Well, have a safe flight, bro.
Say electronic music then, because
All right,
like,
no problem,
and I think
peace.
house is nowhere near EDM or techno. Techno is awful. EDM is all right. House is way more chill.
Well, I would say
Toro
you
is
said
house.
you said it falls under what, Cliff?
Toro, you mean Tori Moi?
Yeah, it all falls
He's not house.
falls
Nah,
under
he's
EDM.
Electronic.
That's what he.
Yeah.
Because remember, Toro created new wave.
Right.
And
New
then
wave,
he
chill
went,
funk.
He that too, but then he went straight away from it too.
But I consider chill funk like almost like house music too.
Well, then you'd be wrong.
Yeah. It's like saying like what's that? It's saying like, okay, you have gangster rap, right? And you got trap music, which
Still
is
hip hop.
Not still hip hop, but still it's a derivative, but it's not the same. Then you got drill music, which is different but not the same. Then you got UK drill music, which is different but not the same.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So like you can go down from there, right?
So wait, who's a house artist then?
Well, like house, what do you say? That's like
Well, house is what
Dead
Drake
Mouse.
shit sounds like.
Dead Mouse 5.
What's the Asian dude?
Dead
Steve
Mouse.
Steve
Steve
Aoki or whatever.
Aiko.
Like,
Steve Aoki.
Like if you go to an EDM festival, there's gonna be
Shine-
different because there's like the trap music, which I hate that white people call that shit trap music. But you got trap music, you
What's
got
the
house
heavy
music.
bass stuff?
Yeah, like it's all
I
different.
hate being so.
Yeah. But nah.
But yeah, I fuck with electronic music.
Yeah,
so.
my whole point is there's a lot. Of course, there's whack shit. There's gonna be whack shit in any genre of music. But to me, the fact that people like hate on it overall, like I could not be on any type of drug and enjoy that shit, bro.
Don't say that till you get on drugs and you in that environment.
Yeah.
I used to think that was some shit I wouldn't enjoy, and I got in an environment.
No, I'm saying I would enjoy it without drugs. That's what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, drugs help you enjoy music more, anyways, though.
Yeah.
So you never, but like, and it was funny. Me and Johansson was just talking about this today. So like, in early like the 2008s, like early 2010s, like the mid 2000s, Johansson didn't like Gucci.
Yeah.
Right. Like when the Gangsta Grills mixtape dropped, and like he was like, it wasn't until I got high and went to a party and heard Gucci that I started fucking with Gucci, and then he liked it sober. So it's like sometimes you got to be put in the environment where the music is how the music is meant to be heard, and sometimes under the influence it hits different.
Yeah.
So it's like certain shit I didn't like until I was at a rave on spring break, and I'm like, oh, this shit slap.
Yeah.
And then you appreciate it. So
Yeah.
I say you don't know what you're gonna enjoy, but the best way to enjoy music is try to enjoy how it's intended to be enjoyed.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes just
What's
listen to it by
the
yourself.
most popular song right now?
Huh?
What's the most popular song right now?
For what?
In general.
The most popular song?
Yeah.
That's tough because I don't listen to the radio at all, and I
It's
barely
Lil
listen.
Uzi's song.
Oh, I just want to rock.
Yeah.
I just want to rap.
It is everywhere.
Yeah.
They use it in the Super Bowl. They even use it in NBA.
Yeah.
Well, they use it in Philly because Lil Uzi's from Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's how the
I mean,
Eagles use it.
but I'm saying they've been.
Yeah, but
playing it everywhere.
it makes sense that a TikTok song would be the most popular song.
Is it a TikTok song?
Well, I mean, it's not
But no.
from TikTok,
if
but
you
it's
ever-
all over TikTok though.
I heard it
My bad.
out when during Art Basel,
Yeah.
bro. It's lit.
It is.
That might be the best song.
Bro,
ever.
every time they play that shit in pregame for basketball
Bro,
games, I
hearing-
just want to start dancing while I'm roughing.
I
Bro,
heard the-
hearing it out and with the correct 808 speakers,
Yeah.
and just the low just build of the boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom. Bro, what?
I mean, I heard it at when the Eagles first used it in the playoffs, and I was like, bro, and I was like at the crib watching, and I'm like, yeah, this shit hit, because I was like, 'cause they put up a poll like, should the Eagles go back to dreams and nightmares?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Or the Uzi, and I was like, for this team, I like the Uzi one because the Uzi one just as good.
Yeah. I agree. I fuck with it.
I almost walked out to that song.
Oh, you should. Did
'cause
you
of
pick the song
Eagles.
this time? Because
I
it
did.
was what was the song again?
It was a West Coast song.
Nipsey,
Oh, okay.
Sucker Proof.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And I chose it because how it starts.
Yeah.
Like the first verse of the song is, I don't give a fuck where you niggas from, and I don't give a fuck what you niggas done. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, I felt that because the dude I was going against was like tatted up from Miami. So Like he came out, it's crazy. Like in my mind before I like knew him, I'm like, all right, he tied it up. He got like this persona, like he a Miami ass nigga, so he probably feel like he just hard as fuck.
Yeah.
So I wanted something to match like that energy.
Yeah.
And I was gonna do drill music, but I was like, nah, cause I need some shit that's just straight confident.
What were you supposed to play last time and they played the wrong song?
I was supposed to be Chief Key, but then they
Okay.
played
Finito.
Damn, I'm
Yeah,
surprised
but
you
they
didn't go
played-
back to that.
nah, cause
They played
it was
Party All the
Nipsey
Time.
shit. And it was crazy. Buddy came out with a ski mask on. To
Oh,
Kodak.
Yeah, with Kodak. Yeah, I knew. I mean, I could just tell he was going to from his profile.
He came out with a ski mask and Kodak, and so when I came out with my shit, like it fit my profile because it was like, yo,
Yeah.
Nipsey be talking that shit. Like, before you run your mouth, go and get a gun. Like, nigga, we bout that over here. So
Yeah.
I felt that.
All right, get it off your chest. You have anything?
Yeah, man. Just hate when niggas can't enjoy other people's happiness. As a nigga that's always happy and like really get happy for when my niggas is happy.
Yeah.
And when the people around me happy, like I get more happiness from the people around me.
Bro, shut up with all that happy stuff.
I know.
I'm just kidding.
That's
I'm
fucked up.
messing with
I was like, wait, where'd that come from, AJ? But like, I truly get happy for when like my family and my friends are enjoying themselves and they happy and shit's happening in their life. And not to get personal, but like some shit just happened where I was just like, bro, when a motherfucker you close with, some big shit happening, you don't get happy for him. I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
And that be pissing me off.
Yeah.
Nah,
So,
I completely understand.
Yeah, that kind of highlight, that was like eye opening for me. And I was just like, when you can't get out your own way to appreciate somebody else's happiness.
Was someone not happy for you, bro?
Now, it wasn't about me. It's about somebody I care about. We can talk about that offline.
Got you. And also you said you were gonna bring up your ick.
That is my ick. When
Oh,
niggas
that's-
can't celebrate other people's happiness because they
Got you.
selfish.
Got you.
Debbie Downers.
I don't know if I have anything to get
That's
off
my ick,
chest.
Debbie Downers.
Okay.
Yeah, be a fucking Debbie Downer.
Actually, to get off my chest, I'm just tired of having the same fucking conversation with my staff every week. Like, I don't know why these motherfuckers can't get along. Like, they don't hate each other. It's just like they all hate working with each other. And this shit's so frustrating. Like, why can't y'all just be a happy family? Like, when we were intramurals, bro, we all got along. I mean,
You sure about that?
for the most part, I
Pretty
feel
sure
like.
somebody lost their job.
Wait, who lost their job? Eric?
Trelicia.
Jeanette?
Yeah.
A lot of people.
This is gonna go down
I was gonna say
bad
facts,
road.
bro.
what about
Well,
the one
I'm-
that Phil tried to fight? The low
Brecken?
kid? Yeah, Mike Brecken.
I was gonna beat his ass.
Listen, I'm just talking about intramurals for the most part, not the entire
Okay.
rec
And
center.
I was gonna have to put the hand-
Intramurals? Yeah, no one in intramurals was really beefing.
And
We
as
had a
far
great
as
time.
Nah, what's name was beefing?
Say it.
JJ and Mitch.
well,
That's
that's
different.
different.
Wait, what is Cliff? What are you talking about?
Talking about Keem?
well, I'm just
Well,
talking.
yeah, I mean-
I'm more so talking about like the students and
Yeah.
really,
staff.
really, I'm
Right.
talking about the supervisors.
Student
Like as
staff.
far as like
He's
the
talking about.
supervisors when we were there, we all got along.
Yeah, we liked each other.
Yeah, like there wasn't really ever any drama or nothing like that. Like, yeah, all of us at some point had something with Tasha, but we all cool with Tasha now. And we
That's
were all
facts.
cool with Tasha at the time, but
That's facts.
we just all had a moment.
No,
But
Tasha just want to smoke with everybody.
yeah, for real. But we all love Tasha now. But yeah, it's just like every week it's a new conversation, and like everyone's always like, Zach, can I talk to you if you have some time? And I'm just like, I'm tired of having these fucking one-on-one
You gotta
conversations.
tell niggas that y'all gotta figure this shit out.
That's exactly what I've told them. I was
You
like,
gotta be a dad.
I'm done having these conversations. Y'all got to figure it out.
Or
But-
everybody's fired.
yeah, but then things calm down, and then just as of late, like things have ramped back up. But it's just clashing of personalities. Like it's a bunch of like my first staff that I kind of hired were a bunch of type B people. Now I have a bunch of type A people that are young and eager, and it's just kind of driving the
do not
original
fuck
people.
with well, type A's be rubbing me wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
and
bro,
that's
sit-
his
you
big
can
one.
be effective without being so uppity, nigga. Sit your ass
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, I love them all. It's just I'm tired of them fucking beefing with one another. But best thing
love.
y'all seen this week? Y'all got anything?
The best thing I've seen this week? Ooh. Damn, I got a whole fiance, folks.
Oh yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's facts. That fiance box hitting different.
Oh wow.
I'm fucking with you. I don't want to know the answer. I don't want to.
It did. I ain't gonna hold you, boy. I told Danny, I was like, damn, that was different. I could feel I felt the enhanced love in that motherfucker.
Dear. Nah, for me, I'm just excited to go on this honeymoon. I'm glad work is.
When you leave next week?
Wait, I didn't even do my get it off your chest.
Oh, it's my bad, AJ. What
Bro,
you got?
I don't like when people are. I guess it's just in general, it's closed-mindedness.
Yes.
But like people have an idea about something, and feel like, all right, this like when people like box people into certain things.
Mm.
Do you have any examples?
I feel like I box niggas in all the time. You might not like me, AJ.
Yeah, bro, I don't like you at all, man. Nah, but let me think of an example. It's just like an inability to have like perspective almost.
Yeah,
I agree
just
with
say,
you on that.
put yourself in someone else's shoes, or like a lot of people just like a lot of people do this, but a lot of people like in society today, and it's kind of like woke culture, kind of like just people trying to be better, right?
Yeah.
So there's like, people tend to be like, oh, I'm not that, or I have an idea about this, and my experience with this is I've had a negative experience with people like this, and I'm not that, so I'm going to disassociate from myself with that, and anything that remotely sounds like that, I'm not going to engage with, or like I'm going to automatically assume it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's like with newer things or like newer terminology and stuff, people like, I don't want to say exactly what it is because I don't know if this person listens or not, but I have an example like in my head, but
say it for offline.
People are like define something, or something don't have a definition or like a certain connotation, right? And then yeah, bro, I'm gonna just stop. We're basically closed-minded people.
Yeah, AJ gonna get himself caught up.
Wait, your honeymoon next weekend?
Nah, I leave on Monday.
Oh, word?
Oh, actually, get it off. Well, this is me fucking up, not other people and companies being shitty, but I'm pretty sure I'll be fine with US dollar in St. Lucia, but their currency is East Caribbean dollar. And I've called several different places, went to a couple of different places, and you would think living in Miami or South Florida that getting Eastern Caribbean dollar would be pretty accessible, and it's not. All these places are like, nah, we don't have that on hand right now. It'll take 3 business days. So
nowhere in Broward?
I mean, all the places I called were Miami.
I'll check Broward.
Yeah, tomorrow morning I'll probably check.
Definitely check.
But
Broward,
I'm pretty
I feel like
sure
most of the Caribbeans in Broward.
At the airport I'll be able to do it, right? Or at the hotel, I think.
There's you probably have to go to currency exchange when you get there.
Yeah, but I feel like the fees might be a little bigger over there. But
Zach, they don't have like a Travelex or Travelux like in the mall somewhere.
Well, I went to Dadeland. They had some kind of currency exchange, which they can get it. It just takes days. They don't have it on hand. Like they had euros and like all these major countries and whatnot. But nah, they said that one. They said it'd probably take like 5 days. I called another one that was in Dolphin Mall. They said it'd take 3 days. And I was like, nah, I need this shit by Monday.
What's the exchange rate?
Honestly, I don't even know. I think I don't even know.
Dan, you got your backpack? What you taking on that trip?
I haven't packed anything yet.
You got some freak man shit in that bag. What's going with you, my boy?
It's actually funny because I mean, people at work,
you're not even gonna be wearing clothes on the trip.
Yeah, they know that I go to the nude beach, and like several of them were like, "Oh, I can't wait to see pictures." Unless you're gonna be naked the whole time, because we know how you roll, Zach.
They got nude beaches in St. Louis.
I don't know. I actually meant to look and haven't, but if they do, you already know I'm about to be on that shit.
Knowing you there.
Unless it's a trip, then never mind. But
so, do you take Do you make a sex trip visit before you go on a honeymoon trip?
What do you mean?
Like, do you take a couple's trip to the sex shop? Like,
sex. You said a sex trip, and I was like, what?
Like, I mean, a sex shop visit. Because, you know, it's the honeymoon, so I feel like on a honeymoon, you, like, on vacation, you know, vacation sex is always top tier.
Well, we know what Phil's doing.
I mean, we might.
Oh, for sure. I'm getting a whole strap from the ceiling.
Actually, the last time we were at Gulfstream, why were we there for you? Was it your birthday? I think it was your birthday. We went to Hustler right after the sex store. That's right around the corner. Right after.
Hustler.
Bought her that little rose vibrator and then something else. I can't remember what it was.
What is that?
But we might hit up the say. She already got her little lingerie that she said she can't wait to surprise me with. So we'll see. I better not be disappointed.
My dog about to be
disappointed. Even if you are, you better not show a disappointment. That would be the whole.
All I know is if you clap cheeks for a week and you come back still got eyes for an old white man.
Oh dear, I gotta pay back.
I'm on your ass.
Yeah. So any nude beaches in St. Lucia? Absolutely not. Public nudity is a no there. So I guess that answers my question. Yeah,
absolute trash. They boring.
We should have went to Jamaica. I heard Jamaica got some wild shit. Facts. As far as
Jamaica got resorts, nigga.
Yeah,
the beaches.
For real.
They got whole naked resorts.
Yeah, that's
Mexico too. Paradise.
Oh really?
T. Pendel went.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought that was.
Pendel went to like an adults only.
Nah, he had told me that, but for some reason I thought that was
I feel like
Jamaica.
folks ass a swinger.
He might be. We got to get him on the pod. I just recently saw him, and he said we got to get back on the pod, so we got to bring that up to him next time.
I'd be like, yeah, I feel like yo ass a swinger, boy.
Hey, when you built like that, you could do whatever you want, bro.
Yeah, you 6'3".
But did you have anything else for best thing? Outside of having a fiance, Cliff, you got anything for best thing you seen?
Nah, that was it.
AJ, you got anything for best thing you seen?
Well, I saw my nigga Art of War win. He won his bout, so
okay.
Shout out to Art of War. We was able to go 2-0 on the fight card, so for the team.
Got you.
Nah, just Phil going 2-0.
Yo, it's lit.
That's
bro, I'm still giving him that first win, so my dog really 3-0.
What you mean?
The first tournament that you ever did.
Oh, yeah. With that,
I was saying 2-0 in this year.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But the back-to-back weekends.
Wait, was his first fight wasn't this year though? Was it?
No, I'm talking about.
I won in the ring and I won in life, Zach.
Oh, my bad.
I'm 2-0 for the month of February.
Great streaming
for Phillip.
I know I briefly brought up Your Honor last episode, but Your Honor is definitely heating up. I know a lot of people do not have Showtime, but there's sites that you can watch the show on. So please watch Showtime. I mean, Your Honor.
You watched You yet, Zach, or no?
No, I have not. I actually am like seasons behind. I haven't watched season 3.
Damn, I'm caught up.
This one's pretty lit.
Is it?
Yeah.
I might watch it on the flight.
I know Luke liked it a lot. Oh, Phil likes it too, but
yeah, me and Danny watched You. We just haven't started the new one yet.
Okay.
You put on what is it called? Murdaugh Murder?
Yeah, the Murdaugh Murders. Southern. What is it called?
Southern Scandals.
Yeah, so it's about this powerful family in South Carolina. It's a little quick 3 or 4 part series. It's good.
Wait, Phil, did you ever watch the what was the thing about Liberty University, AJ? What was that called?
I did.
Oh, you did watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What'd you think about it?
I thought it was cool.
Phil was jealous.
Yeah, for real.
I wish that could have been me. Folks had it made, boy.
Yeah, he really did, bro.
That's what I be living for, boy.
I definitely would have drawn it out a little more, but once they started trying to ruin his life, I don't know what I would have done.
I still would have kept down, shorty.
Yeah.
I would have extorted them.
Yeah.
Extorted them.
Wait.
For streaming, it's been a while since I finished it, but I finished
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Bro.
Well, first I need to know what was your reaction during the Red Wedding? I
thought, honestly, because you told me, the Red Wedding is about to be crazy, I thought more crazy stuff was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
But it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that shit was OD.
I think it's a top 5 show of all time, to be honest. Game of Thrones? Have you watched it? I think so.
Even including like the last 2 seasons?
To me, it's not that bad.
So for me, I watched it all, like, I had never seen anything until like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't have that, like, that buildup of what is this going to be like kind of thing. And the thing is, you had to, with how it ended, is like, all right, I could have wanted it to end differently, but they have to end it somehow, you know? If they're going to end it, they have to end it somehow. It did seem a little rushed. I feel like there was more to be, like, told. They could have done more with it, but also there's like, yo, if we keep going, we're never going to stop.
Yeah.
So I can kind of get that. And the last season was, what, 6 episodes? I think they could have made it a full 10. Like, there's definitely more to be told there, but I say is it one of the big reasons I think it's a top 5 show or top 10 of all time is that legit nobody is safe.
Exactly. And
like,
I love shows like that. So when you're watching it, you're like, there's not one character like, all right, I know this character is going to be there the entire time no matter what. Like, oh, they can't kill this character off. They start the first show with building up Ned Stark, and he dies. Like, in the first episode, you're like, wait, what? Yeah. The prince of what's his name, loses his legs in the first episode or second episode. Yeah.
Like, this is like, oh, okay. But, or maybe not first episode, first season. But, yeah. The fact that nobody was safe. And people could have died no matter, like, I don't know,
I love shows like that. The Last of Us right now is kind of like that, where you feel like nobody is safe.
I've been watching it too, and I think it's a little bit overhyped, but it is pretty good. Yeah,
so that's kind of what I was saying. I think it's just because of like the video game nostalgia, and it was such a big game. Like, I'm enjoying watching it, but like I said when it first came out, I'm surprised that all that hype was out. Not that I think it's bad, but overhype, I think, is the right way to say it. It's just overhype has a bad connotation, so that's why, like, I don't like to say overhype, but it's getting a lot of hype. That
it's still a good show, but the reaction to it, I would think that it's like
Game of Thrones level,
right, or something like that. Yeah.
I saw that the House of the Dragon is supposed to make a comeback in 2024.
Cool.
So I'm sure you're excited about that.
Yeah.
Since we brought up Bryan Cranston before and you talking about top shows of all time, I do think you need to give Breaking Bad a chance.
I'm just tired of
Office
drugs.
is up there for me.
I'm just tired of drug shows.
What do you say, Phil?
So, hey, AJ, you seen The Wire?
No, but I probably would watch that one because I have Baltimore affiliations.
So I've tried giving The Wire a chance. I don't know if it's because it's so old now, but I've tried like twice, and The Wire I just cannot get into, and I want to like it. It's too slow. It's too boring.
I've heard. I mean, from my people up there that have grown up and lived in Baltimore, they said it's good and it's pretty accurate. So there's that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Being up there for a minute, if it's like they don't got the accent right, or if I'm just like if it just doesn't feel like it, then it might turn me off. But
because
I'll probably watch it.
The Wire is a show where a girl with the braids goes into the hardware store and she get the saw, and she talk about it like a gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good show. I used to watch The Wire.
Oh, you watched it?
I didn't see all the seasons, but I watched the episodes because it was big. Like,
is that where
I would say give it time, because one thing about HBO, you get into a crime drama, more than likely it's probably going to be good. So whether it be Sopranos, Boardwalk.
Sopranos is another show that I tried giving it, like, when I first got HBO Max, because all the, like, growing up, I've heard everyone talk about HBO and all the great shows they've had. I think Curb was the first thing I watched. Obviously, that's a comedy. But then Sopranos was the first thing, because I've always heard great things about that. Then The Wire right after, and both were just way too slow, bro.
Powers. I mean, they're older, and now with streaming services, they I think streaming services changed how those types of shows are in general.
And the thing is, the Sopranos, it doesn't seem like it feels outdated at all. The Wire does feel a bit outdated. and maybe that's I don't know.
No, but to me, I think that's part of the charm of the show is it being a period piece.
Yeah.
So think about it like if you're watching Boardwalk, and Boardwalk's supposed to happen during the Prohibition phase, right?
Yeah.
You're watching it as a late 2000 series. The Wire, even though it's supposed to be, those characters come from like the 80s, right?
Yeah.
But you're watching in the 2000s, and you actually get to see it almost live action during that period, during the 2000s. Where you get to see the projects, you get to see the abandoned buildings.
Oh, they're all still there.
Oh no, without a doubt.
Baltimore's wild.
Yeah. There was one more thing on here, I think, as
Earth
far as
Storm
goes. Yes, Earth Storms. What's that? Is that another like My
It's
Planet?
like Happy Birthday.
It's like
Happy Earth Storm.
Yeah, that's funny. So it's like My Planet, but it's like a 5-part series where they just talk about
storms.
like storms. So it starts off with tornadoes, then it goes to like earthquakes, then tsunamis, then hurricanes, and you get like they give you like the footage, and you get all like the footage from these storm chasers and these stories and volcanoes, and like, I mean, mind you, it's also the TV that I have helps with the viewing experience, but it's just really cool.
I really want to see a volcano in real life.
Shit, they got a bunch of active ones.
Yeah, I know, but
No, you get to go to Hawaii. So.
can you predict when a volcano is gonna erupt? Can they predict that? Yeah, so I don't want to go to
Rainier in Washington. Isn't that a volcano?
And you talking about Washington State?
Yeah. So I've been on a volcano before. Been like 2.
Yeah,
I've been to volcanoes in Costa Rica.
I want to see it erupt though.
And La Arenal.
If I can't predict it, then
I think Iceland, there's volcanoes, and they know when they erupt too.
Really?
Yeah, but sometimes that was like small eruptions. It's not like big ones.
Yeah.
That's like the ring.
But on the episode, they said it's hard. They can try to predict them based on the gas it's releasing, but you can never really tell. But like some volcanoes are just active, and you can like, especially in Iceland, they have the small ones that you can go in there and actually see the lava flow.
Got you.
Yeah. So you should watch. It's cool. You just like you see like the damage that they do, and they show you like some of the biggest like volcano eruptions recently and like tornadoes. Shit was cool.
All right, cool. Anything else streaming?
No, that's all I got.
All right, music. So Don Toliver dropped a project today. Love Sick. I fuck with it. Listened to it about 1.5 times. Got to give it a couple more, but I do like it so far. And while we're on the topic of Don Toliver, our boy Micus dropped a song. I forget what it was. Do you remember what it was, Phil?
Yeah, it's
But it is featuring Don Toliver.
It's him and he said the producer hooked it up for him actually. It's
so that's big moves right there, bro. Like I don't think Mike's had any other like major features like this, and your first one is Don Toliver, a big time artist. So
shout out to that boy.
Well, it wasn't a feature on his song. He was on.
Yeah, it was Mike and Don on like the producer song, but still.
But still, yeah, still lit, very lit.
You find it, Phil?
I want to say not done. No. It's not Dear Who May Concern. I don't know. I can't find it.
All right. Well, you also said Wiz dropped some classic stuff on Apple Music.
Yeah, so Wiz added Star Power mixtape to Apple Music. Okay. That's from 08, I believe, 08, 09. Oh, yeah, it's called This Is Only the Beginning.
That was the name of Mike's song with Don Toliver?
This Is Only the Beginning with Don Toliver.
Or, well, the producer's song with Mike and Don Toliver.
And the producer is, I don't fucking know. But yeah, Wiz put Star Power on streaming services, and I used to let it mixtape.
I don't even think I've heard of it. All I know is Cushion Orange Juice and Cabin Fever.
What? No, this is before Cushion Orange Juice. So before Cushion Orange Juice was like the one that really cemented him as the stoner rapper of that age.
I took him off.
Yeah, that one was the one that like broke the internet.
Yeah.
Like legit broke the internet. You couldn't download it because still so many people was downloading. But before Cushion Orange Juice, like his lead up to being that nigga was like Prince of the City 2, Star Power.
Wait, what's it called? What's the the project called again?
Star Power.
Well, I have the song called Star Power, but not.
No, just go to if you go to his
Wiz Khalifa.
Yeah, it's right at the top. Star Power. Go up. Yeah. So you had Star Power, Prince of the City 1, Prince of the City 2, and there was another one. You
Ink My Whole Body.
Yeah.
I don't give him other.
But yeah, like those was the ones that like got him his traction, and then when he did Kush and Orange Juice, that took him to the next level.
Yeah.
Where it was like, where's that nigga?
Nah, but once he did that collab with Currency, that's when he really like.
Nah, but that was after. Oh yeah, that was before Kush and Orange Juice.
Yes.
Are you more?
I definitely heard Ink My Whole Body, right?
Yeah.
After he did that collab mixtape, he got access to Currency's fan base, and they pushed him like
that's true.
More out.
Are you more of a Currency fan or a Wiz fan?
Phil?
Yeah.
I'm more Currency now.
Yeah, because he's still dropping.
In the early 2000s, I was a more Wiz fan.
Yeah.
And I'm more Currency now because Currency stuck with his style.
Early 2000s?
Yeah, in the early 2000s. Mid 2000s, I guess.
I mean, early 2000s is all relative.
Oh, we're still early 2000s.
I will do like the 2010s. 2010s, my fault. Because I was more of a Wiz fan.
He came out probably like, 09.
No, cause I think Currency, like in the early 2000s, he was still tied with Cash Money. Then mid 2000s, he was kind. I think
we're talking about Wiz. I thought
finding his own style.
Yeah.
Well, they both broke off like around the same, like took off the same time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Like I think because what Wiz was like.
How Fly mixtape.
Yeah, How Fly mixtape. I think Wiz was what what's that?
Rashomon Records.
Nah, the Source. What's it like what's the Source magazine? Not Source.
5 Mics.
Not 5 Mics.
Stop guessing. Just let him grow.
Double XL.
Bro, I hate when Phil does
freshman,
that shit.
Yeah, freshman, right? Wiz had 09, Currency was in 08.
Yeah.
So, like, they broke around the same time where they got, like, into the blogs and the fashion and all that other stuff to go along with the record.
See, I heard of Currency way before I heard of...
No, but that's early 2000s.
Yeah. But that's because Currency was with Cash Money, too.
Yeah.
So that's why. So Currency was... Like, he had some songs with Wiz where he was rapping his ass off, and then he left. Because he ain't want to be, like... He saw where Cash Money was going, and he's like, no, I'm not. That ain't me. Like, I just like to smoke weed and rap. Y'all niggas trying to, like, be tough and all this other shit. So then he left, and people was like, yo, you gonna kill your career. And then this is when Twitter took off. Because, you know, Wiz like one of the first big niggas on Twitter.
Yeah.
And then they did the How Fly mixtape. And it took off for both. It took off for both of them after that. Because then after that, Currency comes out with Pilot Talk. Wiz does Kush and Orange Juice. Burn Out the Rollin'. Taylor All the Dice. Like, his mixtape, Cabin Fever. Like, his mixtape run at the Kush and Orange Juice, as well as Currency's, was stupid. Curve Coupe. Like, bro, they went crazy. But I listen to Currency more now than Wiz. But I still listen to a lot of old Wiz. So I was excited to have this on streaming service because in order to listen to the old mixtapes, you got to go to DatPiff, and sometimes you need an internet connection to get on DatPiff, or you got to go to SoundCloud.
Wait, say that again?
He said internet connection.
Yeah, you got to have
now or back in the day?
Yeah, like to listen to DatPiff now, like in the car, you got to have internet
connection.
Yeah. Shit's trash.
Well, when do you not have internet connection?
Like, you have to be on Wi-Fi.
No, you don't.
On DatPiff?
No.
The
app?
It? Yeah.
Bro, you've never had to have Wi-Fi. I listen to DatPiff all the time.
I'd be on SoundCloud.
That's the only way I can listen to...
DatPiff wasn't working for me for a long time.
That's the only way I can listen to the Drought 3.
I listen to all the mixtapes on SoundCloud now.
You got YouTube, too.
I'm not going.
Yeah, but DatPiff, the app, it's fine, bro.
YouTube, and they got them all like as long plays, so they'd be like the whole tape for like 30, 45 minutes if you don't mind skipping it. If you don't mind.
But YouTube get ads.
Bro, just get DatPiff app.
DatPiff
you don't need Wi-Fi, bro.
Huh.
All right, we'll finish up with sports while you get that downloaded, Phil. Would you like to recap the Super Bowl, or would you just want to completely forget about it?
I'm glad Jonathan Gannon is gone. The same, bro. I told you about Jonathan Gannon all year, and what happened? That nigga let us down.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the story of the Super Bowl. We didn't make adjustments. Our defense didn't get stops. Our defense didn't get sacks. Our offense did what they needed to do. They scored, on average, the points they need to score. You had 2 wide receivers with 90 yards. Like, Jalen Hurts had 300 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. That should be enough to get you. When he had more passing yards than Patrick Mahomes and more throwing and more touchdowns than Patrick Mahomes, that should give you enough to win.
Question for you. I know you're a big Donovan McNabb fan, but now you got the boy Jalen. Are you still more of a McNabb fan, or are you Team Hurts now?
I mean, I still think McNabb is still the Eagles' greatest quarterback.
Yeah, not to pit two bad bitches
but
against each other.
I'm a Jalen guy.
Okay.
That's my guy. Because I followed, I liked him at Alabama, too.
Yeah.
And I sucked, even though Tua...
Was that him, son?
No.
Oh.
Phil's is being on his LeBron stuff. I've
No,
been
no.
liked him since forever.
No, I said I'm a Jalen guy.
followed
I
him
liked
to
him.
OU. I have his OU
I liked him at
jersey.
Alabama until Tua was better than him. So, but Tua did play better than him.
Yeah.
But I just like him. He's a black quarterback. So
Yeah.
Honestly, you cannot not like him, especially how he talks, his story.
Yeah.
It's hard not to root for the dude. And you see the adversity.
What's
he
his story?
overcame. Well, he gets benched in the national championship game.
Oh, that story. Okay.
Yeah.
And he turned it all around.
Stayed ready.
Well, he already won a championship before that too.
So early.
I don't think he did.
Oh, he
Phil
didn't. I thought he
prediction?
won.
Nah,
And
that
then-
was the year they won.
Early Phil prediction. Are you gonna tell us not to be surprised if the Eagles make the Super Bowl again?
I gotta see what we do in the draft and who we sign and who we don't sign. Do I think we'll still be one of the better teams in the NFC? Absolutely, because we got one of the best quarterbacks in the
Bro,
NFC.
I really hope the fucking Bucks do not get Carr. That's gonna really piss me off. It's gonna piss me off Jameis Winston type levels.
Flights.
All-Star games in general. We just had, well, actually, let me jump to Bobby Wagner because AJ the other day sent us the post about him and the Rams parting ways mutually, and he would like for the Dolphins or the Washington football team to get Bobby Wagner. And then Phil said that, I mean, of course, he's going to take a step back. He is getting older, but I still feel like that is a pretty nice piece for either team to pick up. I don't know what the Washington football team linebacker situation is looking like, but I know the Dolphins linebackers are butt cheeks. I like Jerome Baker.
Both teams, their linebackers aren't terrible,
Yeah.
but they don't have a captain of the defense type
Yeah.
linebacker.
And I looked at Wagner's stats after Phil said that, and Wagner's stats are still pretty.
Yeah, he was second on the team in tackles or something.
Nice. He had 6 sacks this season, 2 picks. His stats look
Phil
like
just be talking, bro.
all his stats from recent years.
When I say he took a step back, he wasn't making he had good. Rams wasn't shit this year, so he wasn't impacted winning like he did with Seattle. Nigga took a step back. He wasn't the best linebacker in the league.
Yeah, but the Rams as a whole were butt cheeks this
He
year.
was second team. And he had 124 tackles and 5
I
picks.
thought he was what?
He was second team. Someone said that.
Second team All Pro?
I think so.
Yeah, and he had 140 total tackles.
Mm-hmm.
So I think for the Phins, that'd be a nice pickup. Again, I don't know what the Washington. Oh, that's a charge.
Yeah, it's definitely a charge.
I don't know what Washington football team's linebacker situation looking like. But going on to All-Star games in general, we just need to do away with them. We just had the NBA All-Star game. I didn't watch any of the events. Did y'all?
I watched the
3-point
Dunk contest.
and dunk contest.
Yeah, we did. We watched it at the place.
Yeah. So my boy Mac McClung, I said before the draft, don't forget the name. Remember the name Mac McClung. He won, so shout out to him. But as far as the actual NBA All-Star game, that shit was ass juice. Do y'all agree or disagree?
Yeah, they're just shooting.
Yeah.
They're just out here shooting.
Bro, it was, I mean, I get in an All-Star game, they're not going to play hard defense because no one's trying to get
That's
injured.
not true because the last good one was when they did that first LeBron team Giannis.
Yeah.
That one was a good one when they went on free throws, the 80
Well,
free
yeah.
throws.
They played defense eventually. They didn't start the game off playing defense, which is expected. But there was just zero defense across the board.
And it wasn't even close late. So
Yeah. I mean, I think I went to sleep after the second game. There was no way I was watching that shit.
I just don't understand why these niggas be so afraid to play defense. You don't get hurt that much.
Because they're going to be on highlights,
Yeah.
embarrassed on social media.
No one's trying to end up like Brandon Knight.
But that was in a Rising Stars.
Yeah,
man. That
but
wasn't even,
still. Bro, Kyrie's game, I mean, I can't stand that nigga, but his game is ridiculous. It's hard for me to deny that.
Yeah, what was buns?
Yeah, absolutely terrible.
Once Giannis and LeBron got hurt,
I don't know what David Silver can do though. Or wait, Adam Silver can do to incentivize teams to play actual basketball. Because I think the separate games and the charity shit, that was supposed to be the incentive, but clearly that's not working.
Yeah, no, I don't know what you can do.
Yeah, because they even put in the TBT ending on it, the Elam ending, and it still can't work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to think about, like a mid-season tournament and stuff like that too.
I mean, I think that'd be pretty cool, especially if they're able to take it to like different areas of the country that usually don't have NBA games, or even from there, they can do like a Euro Cup or something. Yeah,
that'd be lit. But I don't know. I'm not even gonna say anything. But y'all have anything before we wrap up?
No, I think I'm good.
All right, it's been another episode of Save It for the Pod. I mean, if you've listened at this point, we didn't have video. Probably should have said that in the beginning. So sorry for not having video on this episode. But it's been another episode of Save It for the Pod, episode number 99.
Hey,
Phil, hit the drop.
It's 98.
It's 99.
You said 98 to start.
Oh, then I fucked up. It's episode 99.
Damn, nigga.
It's the Warren Sapp
episode.
Yup,
yes,
the
sir.
Warren Sapp episode.
Jason Taylor.
One away from the big one.
Jason Taylor episode.
Peace.